Elizabeth Bowen Dumont, also known as Mummy Sis of Byland St. Andrew, passed away on Monday 30th May at the age of 89. She was the mother of John Dumont in the USA, Doreen, Kevin, and Doolin Dumont in Canada, Dalma and Desmond Dumont, Donna and Wendell in Grenada. Adopted mother of Alvan Holmes and Courtney Bridgman in the USA, Thomas Desant in Canada, Kelly Beggs, Keller Holmes, Nurse Gloria Noel, and Licky Bowen. Sister of Derek Clark, Roslyn and Doreen Bowen in Grenada, Durante Thomas in the USA, Virgin Bridgman, and Teresa Pascal in Canada. Grandmother of 35, including Katisha, Dwayne, Cameron, Nisha, Donrick, Jamor, Delma, Akeem, Lakeisha, Tafari, and Benji. Great-grandmother of 31, sister-in-law of Jean Dumont, Venice Charles, Glenna Thomas, and Antonia Lewis, mother-in-law of Robin, Sharon, and Nadisa Dumont and Danny Frederick, aunt of many including Janice, Emma, Rhonda, Clarence Bowen, Lloyd, Debbie, and Halford Lewis, grand-aunt of many. Many other relatives and close friends, including Ruby Nash, Stella Williams, Anne Bridgman, Kelvin Lickwish, Dr. Andy Bernard, Honorable Delma Thomas, Father Don, and members of the St. Michael's RSC Church, the Dumont and Bowen families of Bylands, Marybo, Baltazar, Ladigue, and St. David, the Sandy and Hopkin families of Grand Bras, and the Roberts family of Bylands and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Elizabeth Bowen Dumont of Byland St. Andrew will take place on Tuesday, 5th July at 1 p.m. Service will be held at the St. Andrew the Apostle RSC Church, Grenville. Interment will be at the Grand Bras Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home. Costly Hilaire, also known as Popo, of Marybo, who resided at Sab St. Andrew, passed away on Sunday, 19th June at the age of 87. She was the mother of Irma, Roland, also known as Raga, Raymond, also known as Jem, and Vilma, also known as Steffi. Grandmother of Fitzroy, Jamila, Akila, Angel, Naomi, Kevin, Wavel, Colleen, Kissy, Ricardo, and Steve. Great-grandmother of 7, sister of Worthy Charles, Deslin Benjamin, Phyllis Alexander, Anne Didi Hilaire, Joseph Jerry Hilaire, Dunbar Charles, and Philip Alexander. Sister-in-law of Marilyn Charles, Geraldine Hilaire, and Osmond Benjamin. Mother-in-law of Jude Granger, Denise Hilaire, and Anne Klein. Aunt of many, including Derek Hilaire, Joycelyn Alexander, Deslin Williams, Gracelyn Forbes, Avis Hilaire, Teresa Panchu, Idis Julian, Marilyn Panchu, Evelyn, and Ulrich. Many other relatives and close friends, including the Brazan family of Vincennes, Hilaire and Benjamin families in England, Hilaire and Francois families in Trinidad, Hilaire family of Grand Bras, Grand Anne's, Marybo, and Canada, Adonis family of Simone, Nola Williams, Margaret, Mary Lewis, Anne-Marie, Valman, Marigold and family, Corinne Jones, friends and neighbors of Sab, Marybo, St. Clouds, and surrounding areas. Funeral service for the late Costly Hilaire of Marybo, who resided at Sab St. Andrew, will be held on Tuesday, 5th July at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Marybo Seventh-day Adventist Church, St. Andrew. Interment at the Grand Bras Cemetery. Arrangements entrusted to Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home.
Catherine Rose Victor, also known as Tanty Rose and Cousin Rose, of Café St. Andrew, passed away on Thursday, 16th June 2022, at the age of 95. She was the aunt of many, including Sharon Alexander in the USA, Phyllis, Ronald, Marcel, and David, niece of Eric St. Bernard in Trinidad, aunt-in-law of Maria Edwards, Annette Edwards, David Sylvester, and others, grand-aunt of Larry and Lauren Lewis and others, sister-in-law of Agnes Alexander in Trinidad and Josephine Edwards, close friend of Miss Edris, Miss Barry, and Caroline Filbert, cousin and caretakers June Julian and Teresa Charles, Many other relatives and friends, including June Mitchell, Jocelyn Mitchell, Lucille, Julia St. Louis, Gillian, Raphael, and friends and neighbours of Cafe and Felix Park, Crowshoe St. Andrew. The funeral of the late Catherine Rose Victor, also known as Tanti Rose and Cousin Rose of Cafe St. Andrew, will take place on Tuesday, July 5th at 2 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the St. Martin de Porres RC Church, Crowshoe St. Andrew, and interment will be at the Churchyard Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Agatha Theresa Rennick, also known as Agnes Baptiste and Addie, of Wharf Estate St. John, who resided at Fontenoy, River Road and Darbo St. George's, passed away on Monday 13th June 2022 at the age of 84. She was the mother of Hilary Baptiste, also known as Gary Boy, Marva Baptiste in Canada, Selwyn Baptiste, Leroy Baptiste, Lynette Rennick, and Lorna Rennick Henry, grandmother of 12, including Samaya and Anya Henry, Emon Baptiste in Canada, Jamal, Chandel and Summer Baptiste, Kelsey Hercules, Sonel and Tion Baptiste, great-grandmother of 4, mother-in-law of Erwin Henry, aunt of Lacey in Trinidad, caregiver Summer Collins. Many other relatives and close friends, including Judith Church, Catherine Felix, Magdalene Patrick Jack, Rebecca McMeo, the Williams and Buck families of Wharf Estate, Lewin, Evelyn, Roxanne, Asher, Nadia and Rosalind Williams, the Bain and Rennick families of Fontenoy, Anderson Bain, also known as Brother, Anthea Rennick, Leisha Stanislaus, the Nelson family of River Road, the Mathurin family of Birchgrove, Hermione Stewart, Dr. Francis Martin, and friends and neighbours of Wharf, Fontenoy, River Road and Darbo. The funeral of the late Agatha Theresa Rennick of Wharf Estate St. John, who resided at Fontenoy, River Road and Darbo St. George's, will take place on Tuesday, July 5th at 2 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Cathedral of the Immaculate Conception, Church Street, St. George's, and interment will be at the St. George's Centre Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes.
Peter Douglas, also known as Leslie of Mount Craven, who resided at Maddie, St. Patrick and England in the UK, passed away on Thursday 9th June in the UK at the age of 81. He was the husband of Maria Douglas, father of Stephen Marshall and Cheryl Joseph, stepfather of Patricia Welsh, Marianne Charles, Arlene Marshall and Daniel George, grandfather of Rene Joseph and Leonora Marshall, all in the UK, brother of Crofton Douglas, Clarence Douglas and Nellis Douglas McQueen in the UK, Lynn Baptiste, Joan Goodin, Jane Lewis, Hugh Douglas, Harold Douglas and Shavane Douglas in the USA, brother-in-law of Michael McQueen, Cuthbert Baptiste, William Gooding, Delma, Gloria, Patsy, Monica and Thelma Douglas, several nieces and nephews, many cousins, other relatives and friends including Lloyd Douglas, Hennessy Jeffrey, Harold and Frank Nelson, Norris James, Michael Joseph, Celia Harper, Pauline Charles, friends and neighbours of Mount Craven, Maddies, the UK and the USA. The funeral of the late Peter Douglas of Mount Craven, who resided at Maddies, St. Patrick and England in the UK, will take place on Wednesday 6th July in the UK. Funeral service will be held at the St. John's Church, 4 Church Avenue, Southall, at 12 noon. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home.
Walma Castillo of Upper Depredin Street, Wharf, St. John, a well-known seamstress, passed away on Saturday 11th June 2022 at the age of 88. She was the mother of Eric Burke in the USA, Kenneth Kai Castillo, Lionel Chiney Castillo, Raphael Castillo and Ann Wilson, stepmother of Marilyn Ballantyne in Aruba, Dennis and Herbert Castillo, adopted mother of Francis Abraham, Carol Ann Sunak and Judith Welch in the USA, grandmother of Nicole, Brandon and Avril Burke, Kerry and Kellen Wilson and Valentine, sister of Joan Abraham and Bernadette Jaffier in the USA, aunt of many including Nordica, Gemma, Jacqueline, Ian, Anne-Marie and John Abraham, Lester James, Bernard and Shirley Ann Lorraine. Mother-in-law of Michael Wilson, Marilyn and Teresa. Many other relatives and close friends, including the Abraham family, Oral and Ingrid, the Augustine family of Grandroy and Concord, the Castillo families in England and Trinidad, Nurse Kathleen Mitchell, Elaine D'Abreu and family, members of the Grove Catholic Prayer Group and Mothers Union, the staff and residents of the Hillsview Home for the Aged, Grandcase Geriatric Caregivers, and friends and neighbors of Grove and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Walma Castillo of Upper Depperdine Street, Grove, St. John, will take place on Wednesday, July 6th at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the St. Peter's Roman Catholic Church, Grove, and interment will be at the Douglaston Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes.
Agatha Roberts, also known as Monica Sabazan and Monix of Grand Roy, who resided in Marigot, St. John, passed away on Tuesday, 7th June, at the age of 92. She was the mother of Maureen and Philomena Sabazan, grandmother of Adrian Sabazan, Maisha Bain, Nisha George in the UK, Delon Philip, Nikita Richards, Teresha Nelson and Ellen Clark, great-grandmother of 13, great-great-grandmother of 1, mother-in-law of Paul Philip and Logan Richards, sister-in-law of Maritha Joseph, aunt of many including Shami and Benjamin in the USA. Many other relatives and friends including the Sabazan family of Marigot, the Scott family of Grand Roy, Philip Bain and family, the Goodings family, Peter Frederick and family, the McQueen family, Stephen Collins and family, Ali Gill, Edith Williams and family, Joan Abraham, James Modest, Carlton in St. Croix, friends and neighbors of Grand Roy and Marigot. The funeral of the late Monica Sabazan of Grand Roy, who resided in Marigot, St. John, will take place on Thursday, 7th July at 12 noon. Funeral service will be held at the Grand Roy RC Church, St. John, and interment will be at the family cemetery, Marigot. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home.
Rosanna Evans, also known as Linda Batiste, of Soubise St. Andrew, a well-known trafficker and market vendor, passed away on Sunday 29th May 2022 at the age of 87. She was the mother of Maudlin, Denoth, Daniel, Selwyn, Rosalie and Tomita Batiste, Petra Abraham, Decima Fletcher, Cynthia Noel, Scortilda Avery and Sophia Batiste in the USA, Jacqueline Davis and Leron Batiste in Canada. Grandmother of 28, including Rena Batiste, Rion Charles, Ouida Alexander, Teddy Matthew, Calvin Batiste, Sean Batiste, Carrington Simeon, Dale Batiste, Valda Lyons, Joaski Noel, Hensley and Cress Batiste. Great-grandmother of many, including Kai Batiste Frederick, Kadisha Batiste, Tafari Mitchell, Kaylee Avery, Dodie and D'Angelo Fletcher. Aunt of Steve Marast. Mother-in-law of Raymond Charles, Paul Davis in Canada, and Delola Batiste and David Fletcher in the USA. Many cousins, other relatives and close friends including Anisha George, Winifred Edwards, Teresa Adonis, Fenton Frederick, Lenroy Alexander, Esme Jack, Clarice Thomas and family, Merlin Mendez and family, Joycelyn Rayburn and family, Tasha Charles, Charlene Daniel and family, Gloria Mangle and family, the Evans family of Carriere and Pearls, the Batiste family of Pedmotor, the Mason family of Hermitage, the Mitchell family of Petite Martinique, the parish priest and parishioners of the St. Andrew the Apostle Roman Catholic Church Grenville, vendors at the Grenville Market Square, and friends and neighbours of Soubise and surrounding areas. The funeral service for the late Rosanna Evans, also known as Linda Batiste of Soubise St. Andrew, a well-known trafficker and market vendor, will take place on Thursday, July 7th at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the St. Andrew the Apostle Roman Catholic Church Grenville, and entombment will be at the Grand Bras Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Jane Agatha Bruno of Mardi Gras St. Paul St. George died on Wednesday, June 15th, 2022, at the age of 67. She was the mother of Leslie Ann and Leslie Bruno, sister of twin Joan Latouche, James, Dorothy, Laurel and George Bruno, aunt of Gary, Larry, Kerry, Trudy and Cheddy Latouche, Shanae James, Jamal and Kendon Bruno, Celicia Francis, Dennis and Denise McQueen, and Trevor Donovan, sister-in-law of Desmond Latouche and Gwendale Bruno, godmother of Brendan Bruno, Kamal Campbell, and Kentroy Ross, caregivers Bernadine Thomas, Mrs. Paula Noel, and Miss Linda. Other relatives and friends including Millicent, Errol and Mark Bruno and family, Aldrich, Patsy, Yvonne, Mitchell and family, Merle James and family, the Brafford family of Old Fort, the Bain family of Dunfermline, Marcella Lewis and family, the Greenwich and Thomas families of Mardi Gras, Agnes Anthony and family, Althea Samuel and family, the Duncan, Clement, Austin and Roberts families of Mardi Gras, the Bruno family of St. Paul's and Woburn, and friends and neighbours of Mardi Gras, St. Paul's and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Jean Agatha Bruno of Mardi Gras, St. Paul, St. George will take place on Thursday, July 7th at 11 a.m. Funeral service will be held at the Our Lady of the Rosary of Fatima Catholic Church, Roxborough, St. Paul, St. George, and interment will be at the Mount Airy Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Ronnie Phillip, also known as Iserve, of Mount Rich St. Patrick, passed away on Saturday, 18th June 2022, at the age of 60. He was the husband of Vilma Phillip, father of Lev, Ron, Aaron, and Sean, stepfather of Claude and Otis in the United Kingdom, son of Leah Phillip, brother of Deborah, Joshua, Morgan, Terry, Wilcox, and Kim, nephew of Joycelyn and Richard, many nieces and nephews including Carisha, Bevelyn, and Juliet, many other relatives and friends including the Phillip family of Mount Rich and Snellhall, Shorty, Deslin and Phyllis, and friends and neighbours of Mount Rich, Snellhall, and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Ronnie Phillip, also known as Iserve, of Mount Rich St. Patrick, will take place on Thursday, 7th July at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Snellhall Seventh-day Adventist Church, and interment will be at the Marley Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Trevor Williams, also known as Jim, Parjay, and Crabback Man, of Grenville Street, who resided at Marast Hill, Tempe, St. George, passed away on Tuesday, 21st June 2022, at the age of 65. He was the husband of Maudlin Williams, father of Dr. Kellen Bubb in the USA, brother of Marilyn and Maria Williams, Michael Bronze Williams in the USA, and Patrick Williams, uncle of many in Canada and the USA, Trinidad, St. Lucia, England, and Grenada, brother-in-law of many at Montmoritz, Trinidad, the USA, and England, nephew of Esther Ryan in England and Stephanie Yearwood in the USA. Many cousins, other relatives, and close friends, including the Charles family and Carol Haling Charles of Marast Hill, Afzal and Shanti Khan of Richmond Hill, Evelyn James of Mount Pleasant, Lydia Byham and Hazel Ann of Grenville Street, the priest and parishioners of the Lady of the Valley Catholic Church, Tempe, and friends and neighbours of Grenville Street, Marast Hill, Tempe, and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Trevor Williams, also known as Jim, Parjay, and Crabback Man, of Grenville Street, St. George's, who resided at Marast Hill, Tempe, St. George, will take place on Friday, July 8th at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Cathedral of the Immaculate Conception, Church Street, St. George's, and interment will be at the St. George's Centre Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Margaret Garraway, also known as Drina and grandmother of St. Paul, St. George, died on Friday, 17th June 2022, at the age of 82. Left to mourn her 4 children, Ethelyn Garraway, Erilyn Garraway Gill, Glendolyn Garraway, and Juliana Garraway David, sister Veronica Marge Croney, 7 grandchildren, Dane, Jewel and Gabriel Garraway, Curry and Crystal David, Shamua Johnson, and Reba Cummings, one great-grandchild, Jaden Batiste, 3 sons-in-law including Garson Gill, many nieces and nephews including Paula and Philip Hanney, other relatives and friends including Lester D'Souza, June Hagley, Glendolyn Simpson, Jennifer Noel, Elvira Crawford and family, the Crony family, the Garraway family of Springs, the Lawrence and Charles families of Laborie, Peggy Griffin, the Cadet family of St. Paul's, and friends and neighbours of St. Paul's and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Margaret Garraway, also known as Drina and grandmother of St. Paul St. George, will take place on Tuesday, July 12th at 2 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the St. George's Seventh-day Adventist Church, Archibald Avenue, and interment will be at the Mongelou Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Sherry Ann Elizabeth Samuel of La Femme St. David, who resided at Hermitage St. Patrick, passed away on Saturday, July 2nd, 2022, at the age of 49. The funeral arrangements for the late Sherry Ann Elizabeth Samuel of La Femme St. David, who resided at Hermitage St. Patrick, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Roderick Joseph, also known as Gallo, of Pedmotar St. David, died on Sunday 26th June 2022 at the age of 33. The funeral arrangements for the late Roderick Joseph, also known as Gallo, of Pedmotar St. David, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Calvin John, also known as Irishan of Victoria St. Mark, who resided at Moran St. John, passed away on Thursday, June 30th, 2022, at the age of 66. The funeral arrangements for the late Calvin John, also known as Irishan of Victoria St. Mark, who resided at Moran St. John, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Kerry Andrew Thomas of Munich St. Andrew passed away on Sunday 26th June 2022 in the USA at the age of 43. The funeral arrangements for the late Kerry Andrew Thomas of Munich St. Andrew will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Gracelyn Channa Lewis of Loretto Grove St. John, who resided at Mount Parnassus St. George, an employee of Caribbean Agro Industries, passed away on Friday, July 1st, 2022, at the age of 38. The funeral arrangements for the late Gracelyn Channa Lewis of Loretto Grove St. John, who resided at Mount Parnassus St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Frankie Michael Panchu, also known as Gower, of Mirabeau St. Andrew, passed away on Friday, 1st July 2022, at the age of 55. The funeral arrangements for the late Frankie Michael Panchu, also known as Gower, of Mirabeau St. Andrew, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. David Hilary Xavier Forrester, also known as Dave of Birch Grove St. Andrew, who resided in Sanford, Florida, USA, passed away on Monday 27th June 2022 in the USA at the age of 48. The funeral arrangements for the late David Hilary Xavier Forrester, also known as Dave, of Birch Grove St. Andrew, who resided in Sanford, Florida, USA, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Josephine Anastasia Joseph, also known as Gaga, and Auntie Finn, of Bellevue St. David, passed away on Thursday, 30th June 2022, at the age of 88. The funeral arrangements for the late Josephine Anastasia Joseph, also known as Gaga, and Auntie Finn of Bellevue St. David, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Ignatius Godfrey Perry, also known as Skipper and Crew, of Caliste St. George, passed away on Wednesday, 29th June 2022, at the age of 89. The funeral arrangements for the late Ignatius Godfrey Perry, also known as Skipper and Crew, of Caliste St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Carlisle John, also known as Zaire, of Sab St. Andrew, passed away on Wednesday, 22nd June 2022, at the age of 73. The funeral arrangements for the late Carlisle John, also known as Zaire, of Sab St. Andrew, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Aleth Tavernier, also known as Gloria Charles, of Edward Street, Grove St. John, passed away on Tuesday, 28th June 2022, at the age of 74. The funeral arrangements for the late Aleth Tavernier, also known as Gloria Charles, of Edward Street, Grove St. John, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Elsa Catherine Holder, also known as Tanti, of Laportree St. Andrew, passed away on Friday, 24th June 2022, at the age of 63. The funeral arrangements for the late Elsa Catherine Holder of Laportree St. Andrew will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Vonley Joseph, also known as Vonley James, of Tivoli St. Andrew, who resided at Caliste St. George, passed away on Monday, 27th June 2022, at the age of 79. The funeral arrangements for the late Vonley Joseph, also known as Vonley James, of Tivoli St. Andrew, who resided at Caliste St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Gabriel Kenneth Mason, also known as Blackman and Gambi, of Loretto St. John, passed away on Monday, 27th June 2022, at the age of 70. The funeral arrangements for the late Gabriel Kenneth Mason, also known as Blackman and Gambi, of Loretto St. John, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Cyprian Paulinus Charles, also known as Sippo, of Rucane St. David, passed away on Tuesday, 28th June 2022, at the age of 86. The funeral arrangements for the late Cyprian Paulinus Charles, also known as Sippo, of Rucane St. David, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Willan Percy Sylvester, also known as Dub B or Slow, of River Sally St. Patrick, a former police officer, Constable number 705, passed away on Thursday, 23rd June 2022, at the age of 53. The funeral arrangements for the late Willan Percy Sylvester, also known as Dub B or Slow, of River Sally St. Patrick, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Monica Veronica Benoit of Grand Anse St. George died on Tuesday, 21st June 2022, at the age of 98. The funeral arrangements for the late Monica Veronica Benoit of Grand Anse St. George will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Christian Margaret Hyacinth, also known as Chrissy and Mama, of Happy Hill St. George, passed away on Tuesday, 14th June 2022, at the age of 90. The funeral arrangements for the late Christian Margaret Hyacinth, also known as Chrissy and Mama, of Happy Hill St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Roland Mitchell of Waltham St. Mark, who resided at Molinaire St. George, passed away on Sunday, June 12, 2022, at the age of 48. The funeral arrangements for the late Roland Mitchell of Waltham St. Mark, who resided at Molinaire St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home.
The management and staff of MTV extend deepest condolences to those of you whose loved ones have passed on. Thank you for watching.
Death and dying are the inevitable events and realities of life. The passing of a friend or loved one often brings with it the feelings of sadness, grief, and pain. There is always the period of sorrow and mourning for those who experience such loss. Brothers and sisters, particularly in this time and season of how you feel and what you may be thinking as a result of the passing of your loved one, there is a source and means of comfort that you can tap into. That source and means of comfort is God and His Word that speaks specifically and directly to our situation. Hear the word to you today. He says, "Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted." What I believe he is saying through this verse to you and everyone that is now experiencing some measure of grief or sorrow, and what I also believe is implied in that which he says, are the following. Mourning is an understandable, normal, and real expression of your emotions. Mourning presents the opportunity for us to experience the comfort of family, friends, and loved ones. Mourning identifies us with each other in our humanity and morality. Mourning will not last forever. It is for a particular season and reason. Mourning connects us with the ultimate source and means of comfort that is always available to us, God, our Heavenly Father, through Jesus Christ. And so today, we look to the Lord in prayer, Him who is able to comfort us with the comfort that we need in times like these. God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, God of comfort, we pray even now for those who mourn and are in need of your comfort. May your love embrace them. May your grace afford them the strength for each day and hope for tomorrow. May you inspire and motivate them to stand upon the promises of your word. And may your Spirit lead and direct them to the ultimate source and means of comfort which can be found in you and the promises of your word. This prayer we offer through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.